So the first thing you want to know about Ubuntu is that we are the first platform since the very first smartphone to not revolve around apps or the app ecosystem. What we've done is we've taken the services that are typically hidden behind apps and brought them directly to the screen in a way that's much more natural for people to interact with. So your home screen, instead of it being a grid of apps or app icons, it's actually the most popular interactions that person does with the device. Be it recent calls, recent messages, favorite contacts, your calendar events, the weather, entirely customizable by the user. And then if you look at this concept, location services are aggregated in the nearby scope. Location services can take the shape and form of different activities that you're doing. News is an aggregation service, so news services can come into one place. Same story for music. You have the music on your device, but you also have music from other providers. There's several already from the very first device. But this is also a new way for developers to build mobile experiences. So if you look at what SoundCloud did, or 7 Digital, SoundCloud is discoverable through the music section on the phone. But if you expand the SoundCloud scope, these are called scopes, not apps, it's the same exact experience that they deliver via an app on Android and iOS, but it costs them half a day to develop that. What does that mean? All of a sudden, a new platform, which is typically seen as a big cost, is now an opportunity to do something very fast that is also more valuable because your service is integral to the OS UI. So that's a very important thing to know about Ubuntu when you're thinking of it as what chances does it have in the ecosystem. Needless to say, we have tons of different services already on the device, right? People like Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and YouTube and SoundCloud, they're all on the device because we made it that simple for them to come. And we've also made it, very interesting for them to come because what they get to do here, they don't get to do on any other platform. The other thing that's great about Ubuntu is that we have a very enthusiastic community. So people like Dropbox or Spotify who weren't willing to build an app from the start, they opened up the APIs and our community built community editions of those applications. So a lot of the big names are also on the platform because of what the community has done. And then the third thing that's really interesting about Ubuntu is what we do with the swiping edges. So on the left-hand side, you access your favorite apps just with one swipe. You can go home at any time by clicking on the Ubuntu logo. System settings, they're not hidden behind an app, they're one swipe away. The right-hand side is a way to multitask. So it's basically taking you through your open scopes and apps. It's a really easy way to switch between apps or even close them. Right? And then at any time go home. The bottom edge, as I showed before, is a way to personalize your device. You can decide what your home screen is. Today, with your most popular interactions, isn't good enough for it. You can get rid of it by unfavoriting it. But if you like to have that one as your home scope, it's easy to configure. I'm going to leave it at today because it's a much more sensible demo. That's essentially how Ubuntu is changing the way people interact with their phone and how Ubuntu is making it that simple for developers to build an experience that's the equivalent to an app, but at a fraction of the cost and with the added value of being integral to the device.